Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Week 8 action here on a Sunday evening, excuse me. The weekend's getting away from me. I am still Foov, and I'm still joined by Keeg. We are staying with these Tyrants and Spectre here. We're moving up to the CL. So, Keeg, a little bit of a different picture here. No one locked in for playoffs. It's truly a wild card hunt here.
Yeah, this is, you said, we were talking about it before broadcast, and you said that this was going to be like the start of the wild card hunt for whichever one of these two teams wins here, and the other one not out.
There's the door.
But basically just on their way out the door, like you said. So, I mean, whoever wins this is going to put themselves in a good position, especially if they win it by a lot, right? But it's just, these two teams on paper are very closely matched. We have the Spectre, who are 20-30 on the season, and the Tyrants, who are 22-28 on the season. The Tyrants have a better overall series record, but for all intents and purposes, these two teams are basically identical in terms of playstyle, match record, game record, even down to stats as low as the goals per game, shooting percentage, and stuff.
So we're looking at almost a true mirror match. 21 playing host to number 25. Tyrants hosting the Spectre. So truly a lot of things on the line here. And honestly, Keeg, it's Week 8, but it's basically a playoff appearance for both of these teams.
Might as well.
It basically should be. So win, and you still have the possibility of being in. Lose, and well, just go ruin someone else's time in divisional. That seems to be the call to arms here in CL. So both of these teams revving to go. I know I certainly am. And the last game here on stream for us tonight as well. And as always, MLE still brought to you by the wonderful, the ever amazing Balls Guarana. And remember, folks, if you saw or see a play that you like, !POTW, and submit that for play of the week. Follow those descriptions. So hopefully we'll get into that very shortly. Keeg, any prediction, any idea how you think this might fall through?
Nope. No prediction from me. I thought about it there for a second. I'm like, these two teams are so evenly matched. It's like trying to, I don't have a comparison for it. Let's just play the game and figure out who's going to win, shall we?
I think that's a perfect way, Keeg. Let's just play the game. And that's what the teams say here. You need to be careful there. Game Strike with an awkward touch. And now looking at who these teams have in, we have True Soldier, Game Strike, and T-Rex repping the gold and red for the Tyrants. The Spectre, the Spooky Boys bringing in Maximum, Ernie, Wampy, and Blackline.
T-Rex is going to try and carry it over the top of all of them, but Maximum Ernie is on the back line. Game Strike back to center. True Soldier's there for a shot, but it's just going to get away from him a little bit, and Wampy will maintain control for the Spectre. This is a very back-and-forth game just so far, as both these teams vying to get a little bit of pressure on the other side.
Well, they have opportunities, but it's just feeling each other out. That game one, just posturing and feeling a lot of cars in the air there for the Tyrants. They need to be careful here. Wampy has some control. He's got Maximum on that back wall, but a very unfavorable touch there. Blackline at midfield has to back up and is still backing up. That's not going to go in, I guess. All right, we'll start like that. By a chance by T-Rex, goes wide. A double commit for the Spectre here. Blackline is up, but beat by T-Rex. Tyrants, big opportunity there, but cannot collect.
No, not quite. Wampy is going to try and collect it too, but it will get taken away from him. And a little bit of passing on the back line here on the side of the Spectre, but they're not able to keep control of it still. And the Tyrants pushing in harder. Game Strike will get it to center. A shot by True Soldier is there, and T-Rex will be there to clean it up in the end. The Tyrants, they will take the early lead.
Another double commit coming out from the Spectre early, a minute and a half in, and they give this one up. Finally, Wampy backflipping in net, not able to get that nose up in time. So, give up the goal there, about a minute and a half in. You got to be careful of those doubles.
Blackline trying to maintain possession for his team. Wampy takes the shot, but it's just wide, and Game Strike fakes everybody out as he gets it past everybody. True Soldier into the back line, but Wampy is there on the backboard to prevent anything from going too awry for the Tyrants. And I will say, it's looking like the Spectre, they're having a hard time finding each other on some of these passes, as well as some accuracy issues like we saw with the Tyrants on the last match that we had.
Well, it's about finding your way to strike, and that's exactly what Maximum Ernie does there. Bouncing off the backboard from the dish from Wampy, T-Rex, a non-favorable touch, and just puts it in front of his own end.
True Soldier tried to chase after that one, but T-Rex, just a bit of an error there, and that's how quickly things can go downhill for you if you are on, or if you're playing Rocket League. Is T-Rex, that could have gone in an entirely different direction, but just nope, one mistake. It's sometimes all it takes.
A single mistouch can lead to any sort of thing. Now GameStrike trying to find a touch of his own. Tyrants, an opportunity once again, but could not get past that pesky Spectre defense. GameStrike waiting for it here to fall to him. Wampy trying to pressure it, but not there in time. Blackline has to get up as that last man back and puts it only as far as T-Rex lets him go. Maximum Ernie trying to clear it again, and still the Tyrants standing at midfield. True Soldier looking for the pass. No, he takes the shot instead. Wampy credited for the save. T-Rex up in time. I swear, this is just like a trampoline right now on the Tyrant side. They have someone up at all times in midfield, just kind of denying anything sent their way.
Well, to be honest, that's why they're getting so much control of the ball and so efficiently, and why they have so much control of it now. T-Rex is going to try and fake it past Maximum Ernine, but he's not able to get it past him. Blackline gets faked out himself, or sorry, beat himself, but not able to put it on are the Tyrants. The Spectre survive another goal attempt by the Tyrants, and you know, the Tyrants, they've had so much offensive pressure, but the Spectre, they have not buckled under that pressure even once. A goal has gone by, yes, but it was a quick strike from the Tyrants, so good on the Spectre to keep their cool when they are pressured.
The old bend but don't break being shown to perfection right now, as now GameStrike is up trying to find a touch. He has it past one. Ernine running near post, playing that interference. Blackline, a very interesting touch, I'd say. If the Tyrants were aggressive, it would have been a pass to them, but they did not have control, so they did not overcommit. Wampy gets credit for the save. Ball now stagnating at midfield. Blackline puts a prodding touch on, drawing two players there. The ball sitting still, given a lot of reverence, as sometimes this ball just kind of floats and kind of rolls on the pitch for a bit.
Well, Wampy is going to turn this one back around in midfield. Barely able to get it past one, but it will get tipped away as True Soldier is on the other side of the pitch, waiting to send this one back towards the goal of the Spectre. And another shot on target. True Soldier's not able to get the redirect, and Wampy finally able to stifle those two quick shots. Now Blackline on the backboard, looking for the Doomsday Dish, maybe? No. True Soldier stifles that one where it is.
Ernine a little bit too aggressive there on the push, so has to run back and get the boost. He has a touch for now, handing it off to Blackline and him passing it back and forth. Tactical plays may be coming through. Ernine getting the clear. Wampy stalling that one for Blackline, and the ball just stays on the Spectre side. Some from the Tyrants and some from the Spectre. You don't want to sit here for this long. GameStrike can't find the touch. Ernine does. He's got two to beat. T-Rex, though, stands tall once again. The Tyrants, just a brick wall out at midfield.
Yes, and that brick wall is gonna take the wait. No, is it gonna go to overtime? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, the Spectre threatening at the very end of regulation, but we will go to overtime in game number 1. And so far, if this series needs to go on, it is looking to be a very entertaining match. It'll drop right down in front of the Spectre net, but True Soldier is not there in time. Now it's potentially open as T-Rex has to rush back for that one.
T-Rex on top of it here, staying on that quick breakneck pace, but doesn't have boost to continue doing so. GameStrike waiting on the wing here, getting the boost, playing patiently, but gonna give Blackline so much time. Wampy trying to find his teammate, but put it too far behind him, so now he calls his own number. GameStrike, though, using that corner boost to perfection to push it out. Ernine trying to find a touch here and can't, so T-Rex gets that clear, but the Spectre continue to lay it on. They will not give an inch. They want to set up a midfield trap of their own.
Ernine going to look for the backboard touch. They're trying to find anything to get it past the Tyrants here, as they've had a lot of good opportunities, but the Tyrants stand strong. Blackline trying for the shot, but True Soldier is able to get the clear. Wampy continues to maintain possession at midfield, and the Tyrants are forced to just kind of reset their offensive presence here. It's Maximum Ernine having a lot of opportunity to kind of just try and do something with the ball. The GameStrike very quick on the challenge. We'll make sure that doesn't have any opportunity. T-Rex off the backboard. Is he going to have anything? No, messes up his teammate too. Maximum Ernine looking for his teammate at field, but GameStrike is able to get in the way.
The redirect?
Oh, redirect on target. T-Rex to clean it up. It's the Tyrants taking game number 1.
Game Strike reading here, beating Blacklight out on the touch, and now T-Rex with nothing but green grass and a purple net in front of him gets the T-Rex fiery explosion to pull the Tyrants ahead in game number 1 in that extra overtime.
The Tyrants so far, actually, to be honest, both of these teams looking like they are standing strong against everybody. It's a very even game. The Spectre, they had so much pressure in the early part of that overtime, but they've looked a couple times like they are super fallible. And it's just, both these teams are popping off at certain times and then really kind of struggling in other times. So it's going to come down to who can be the more consistent team for the longest. And I really don't know which team is going to have the ability to do that.
I'm going to be honest with you, Keeg. If you are consistently giving up 8 shots to about your only 3 or 4, that's going to be a hard way to win anything. The Tyrants peppering the backboard had a ton of shots. The Spectre, they had a lot of possession, but not a lot of shots. So they have to step that end of their game up, and they don't need to allow as many shots and as many opportunities that they gave the Tyrants, because at the end of the day, as close of a game it was, and as OT happened, it just does not end up falling their way if they give up that many opportunities.
Yeah, no, but they had so many opportunities of their own that just never developed into shots, though. You got to take that into account if you're looking at the Spectre stat line from last game. They had a lot of opportunities. It's just that the Tyrants are much faster on the 50s in their own end. But if the Spectre are smart, they might be able to take advantage of that. So it's going to depend on how the Spectre decide to adjust for this game here, because the Tyrants, they do hold the series lead in game 2 here as we get started. We are over 30 seconds in at this point, though. And
opportunity
0-0, but no. Oh, there we go.
You
True Soldier. Yep, never mind. Just gonna, throw everything out the window.
Sticking out behind, because that's exactly what True Soldier does. Finds the way on the sidewall there and catches the lackluster defense. And once again, the Tyrants hop on an opportunity, and now another early shot, but this time it is an early goal here.
Game strike over to Wompy. Wompy, good connection at midfield. Not able to get it to maximum R9 where he wanted it, at least. Black line, that's not a good touch either. Going to be well handled by True Soldier and Game Strike as they'll try to get the clear. T-Rex is forced to get a long clear upfield, though. Tyrants, though, they're playing a very good example of a dump and chase method where a lot of times they like to criticize that, but they're so quick behind that dump on that chase that it might work out for them.
As long as you can find a way, that is what matters. And right now, if dump and chase is their game, that's what they want to stick to. Technically, it might have worked in game 1. Blackline, though, knocking on the door. Can't find the touch because of that bicycle. Now, True Soldier cutting off his teammate T-Rex there, had a better touch, but maybe the communication needs to be a little cleaner because there were 2 players there. Game Strike, now the last Tyrant back and flipping interesting, giving Wompy a near post shot, but that is a heck of an angle to hit, and he can't find it this time. R9 trying to find the redirect, but 50 by Soldier. Tyrants able to stay up.
Oh, this is looking good for the Tyrants here, and this is exactly what they need. They cannot falter against the Spectre squad. His T-Rex will try to set up a teammate. Game Strike is going to go up for this one. Can't get it down under Black line. He was at the perfect height to do something about that. Wompy, that's not a great clear. True Soldier, back to the mid. Maximum R9 trying to redirect it. It goes back off the backboard again. True Soldier with a shot. It's going to go wide, though. And the Tyrants will have to reset their offensive pressure again.
Again and again and again, Keek. But they are playing offense defensively. They're out on their opponent's half. They are killing clock. And technically, they are preserving their, be it small, lead. So they want to find that extender here. They're trying to pray up. They're trying to wait and find a weakness here from the Spectre. There's been some chinks in the armor, but they have to find a way to put it through. Ball bouncing off the ceiling. True Soldier's there, but once again, a Spectre is waiting in the net and able to turn that one out.
Black line well handled on his back line. Game Strike, though, well handled on his back line, as we just have a little bit of volleyball back and forth here in the mid part of this game, as we've kind of reached that calm before the storm. Never mind, as we have more Tyrants action as they're trying to put these on target. Never mind the calm before the storm. The Tyrants don't care. Tyrants don't need no calm. Tyrants don't like calm.
They're just waiting for you to start talking about how either they're not finding a shot or they're not finding a goal. Is technically that was on, and a save coming from his teammate. Wampy is up, but can't find the touch. Blackline here just trying to control the possession. He's on the sidewire, but nothing in the tank. So ends up handing it off. True Strike, a shot technically, but it was wide right. A save given to Wampy. Awkward touch there. True Soldier, last man back, has to run and chase this one. Able to stay on top of that. Finnick finding something off the sidewall.
Well, Wampy will take this one up. He'll put a lob shot on. Not able to follow it. Not enough boost. T-Rex trying to get it back out past the midline, but Blackline is there. This is something that the Spectre have been very strong in, is holding that midfield trap, but they haven't managed to make anything come of it.
They have
True Soldier controlling it past 2, not able to get it past the 3rd.
They have to find something soon because they are still down 1 goal and only 50 seconds left. Ernine and company have been playing pressure ball. They've been playing well. They've been stalling it out. They've gotten a lot of boosts, and they've had a couple opportunities. They've had the unfavorable touches or the miscues that have ended up biting them. So, still a 1-goal deficit. Very feasible, even though there's only 30 seconds on the clock. Blackline 50'd hard there. T-Rex trying to kill this clock. A nice touch there denies Wampy the clear. True Strike is up, but not true on that strike. A open net, but puts it in the corner instead.
Maximum Ernine back upfield. T-Rex is at the mid, though. We have to see a breakout from Spectre right here. Blackline looking for a teammate upfield, not going to connect. Wampy looking for that same teammate upfield. Not there anymore, though. Game Strike has full control of this. Ernine bumps him off of it. Wampy can't get the touch to center, and that'll drop. The Tyrants will take game number 2. And for them, in this game, it was all about that clock management. You mentioned it early on before halftime had gone that the Tyrants had a 1-goal lead, and at that point, they weren't doing anything spectacular. They were just kind of playing safe, looking for their opportunities where they had it. But they, most importantly, they were keeping it away from the Spectre as much as possible to try and wind that clock down and prevent the Spectre from getting opportunities.
Well, unfortunately, Keith, they can't take the ball and knee it down just to try and speed that clock up, so they had a lot of time to kill as soon as they got the early goal. And I hate to see a team play possession on their own side when they're up. You have to want to continue to push the envelope. That's what the Tyrants did. But there are only 9 shots in this game. These offenses are just asleep right now. I want to see them step up because both these teams can shoot more than this. These guys can get hot quickly. They just are continuing to be shut down at midfield or in the transition.
It's not so much that they're asleep, Foof. It's that they're trying to create progressively building plays, but the other team on both sides of the pitch is just preventing the passes from coming out. They're interfering with everything that their opponents want to do. And that's kind of exactly what they have to do in order to stifle that exact kind of offense. And we talked about it. This is a mirror match. They know how to defend against each other because they play like the other team as well. They are each other. So both these teams playing very similar styles of Rocket League. It just depends on who is able to get control of the ball first and get maybe a couple clutch shots in. And that explains the low score lines as well so far in these first 2 games.
Well, I just want to see one of these teams step up more on offense. I will always be more offensively oriented because I love shots, I love goals, and I love high-scoring affairs, but that has not been on the docket tonight for this Tyrants and Spectre CL Showcase. Tyrants, though, need to find something quick here as they're giving up a lot of room for the Spectre's. Blackline up to Wampy. Wampy down. T-Rex getting the save and then gets sent off the waterfall by his teammate.
Well, Game Strike will be there to prevent that shot as well by Blackline. True Soldier back up field to Wampy. No touch for by Wampy. That could be an opportunity. Here comes T-Rex. Not able to get it on target. Game Strike also not on target. But the Tyrants continue the pressure. Ernine, that's not a good touch, but Blackline is there to prevent that one from rolling back to mid. What a dunk, though. T-Rex able to get the shot. Wampy there for the defense. And now gets turned back around. Some pressure by the Spectre, and they will clean it up.
The shot into the demo, into the goal. Beautiful play there. Wampy taking T-Rex out. True Soldier had a teammate for, what, all of 3 seconds, and then there's no one in the net.
I mean, sometimes there's a teammate there. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes there
Smoke
is,
cloud.
and you just can't see him anymore. You know, if only debris could block goals, then Rocket League would be an entirely different game.
That would create some incredible situations.
We'd call
I'm
them
not gonna
FC
lie.
Barcelona.
there's a long arching shot there from Gamer Strike as he tried to find a strike out there from his own half. Turned away at the last possible minute. The Spectre holding on to a small lead. This was enough, technically, last game, as Game Strike is too aggressive there. Ernine's up, trying to find the double, has the angle in the air, but not the angle on that ball. I don't know if that was calculated, but that was really cool if it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I mean, it was cool no matter what.
It looked cool.
You know what? We'll give him credit for it. Calculated. There's a reason I have calculators on my wall. Calculated. Anyway, maximum Ernine to Wampy.
What?
That's gonna be off target. The Spectre not able to get another one, and now T-Rex might break away upfield. It's not on target, and
but
no one is there. Finally,
it's Sunday. What? There's no post on Sunday, and you put it on the post. They're not gonna do that though. Okay, Game Strike able to tie this one back up for the Tyrants.
You know, I never thought I'd see a Harry Potter pun in a Rocket League game, but there it is, folks. And congratulations. That's going to be an award at the end of the season, is Best Harry Potter Pun. I don't know, maybe Blackline will ride his broomstick to a win for the Spectre here. You never know. Or True Soldier will just hex everybody on the side of the Spectre. You never know. Never know. Spectre are trying to get something done, though. Game Strike not able to get a good block on that one. Instead, it's going to go all the way across the neck. T-Rex not able to get it past him either. And as I said it, the Spectre really good at holding this midfield trap, but the problem is they're way too patient about trying to make something happen on offense. They try and get a little bit too creative sometimes, and a lot of times it ends up biting them in the butt when they could have just gone for a quick and efficient shot.
So it feels like a very, I don't know, an aggressive Venus flytrap waiting for its moment. It's like, yeah, you could have had that one. Nah, that's not mine. I don't want that one. We'll wait for the next one. And that next one might not come because the Tyrants have known how to slow play these games, but the Tyrants have to score double the amount of goals if they want to win this game. Now we are deadlocked at 1-1 here with just under 2 minutes left. Blackline 50 there, but it finds its way back to these Tyrants. A nice touch there. He's got to pass the last defender, but there is no Tyrant player running up with him. There was only retreating, so now the ball goes back to their side.
Well, back onto the Tyrant side again, as the Spectre continue to hold that midfield trap. Never mind. Game Strike is going to get it past everybody. Wampy there on the wall, though, to prevent that shot. T-Rex shot. Blackline save. Not credited, though, on either side, but don't get me wrong. That was a shot the whole way through.
Well, a shot's going to have to find its way through the net at some point here, Keeg, as we are still tied at 1-1. The Tyrants on match point here. Spectre trying to play for their series. And let's be honest, playoff contention right now. So, maximum Ernine 50ing very hard there, but it goes back towards their side. Blackline beats 1, beats 2, trying to beat 3 there. T-Rex has to get home and can't, so mark him down. 1, 2, 3, and that's how you get a goal.
Well, shades of game 1 a little bit here, but this time it's going to go the way of the Spectre. As T-Rex not able to go up there and get control of that one. It's going to be 2-1 in favor of the Spectre here. With 50 seconds remaining, plenty of time for the Tyrants to come back. They have 50 seconds plus the 0. I mean, there's plenty of time, and especially when we've seen the Tyrants be very destructive. What?
That's hard to come back from.
Yeah, that's... Oh, oof. Omega oof, in fact, to that one. T-Rex just misjudging that roll up the wall.
It ends up waterfalling down, and sometimes those are the most difficult to read, but it looked incredibly easy on the end of the Spectre, and they extend their lead here, their third goal of the game, and now the task gets even taller for this Tyrant squad. Wampy 50ing there, keeping it on this half. Game Strike has it, but doesn't have the boost, so has to end up flicking it early. Ernine able to pull it, that dominance up in way. Now T-Rex gets a prodding shot on, but Wampy back, able to deny that one.
As we cross that 13-second mark, it's highly likely that this one's going to end up going to the Spectre. We will continue the series to another game. It's game 4, as the Tyrants will lead it 2-1 going into that, but the Spectre starting to have a little bit more life. They're fighting back.
Well, the Spooky Boys find a way and take one off of the Tyrants. So now the series stands at 2-1, and a very interesting meet here in game number 4 that could lead us to a even more thrilling game 5. So, Spectre need to put what they just did back on. They pulled the shots out, Keeg. I asked for it, and we get it. We have 6 shots alone from Blackline, making the total all the way up to 11 on the half of the Spectre. And then the Tyrants, they only had 4. They were hemmed in all game long.
Yeah, the Spectre, they finally turned that midfield trap into something that's a bit more dangerous for the Tyrants, which is exactly what they needed to do. You know, we had talked about it where in previous games, the Spectre just kind of looked like they were trying to get just a little bit too cute about their passes and their playmaking in the offensive side, but they kind of shaped it up, cut down their time, cut down their passes, and started taking just shot after shot after shot. And I've said it for years that getting that second, third, fourth, fifth touch offenses in threes is how you score goals. Because eventually, if you take 2-3 shots on goal in a single opportunity, like on the opposing side, eventually someone's not going to be there for the defense. And that's exactly what we saw from the Spectre. They just beat the Tyrants down.
Well, it's about winning at the point of attack, and sometimes the point of attack changes as does their Blackline in midair, able to snipe that one through.
Maximum R9 up to Blackline into the top left corner, top shelf, True Soldier not ready for it, flat-footed in the net, and those are so hard to defend if you are sitting there and waiting for it. Just have to be a little bit proactive about that one, man.
Kind of danged if you do, danged if you don't. If you miss that, it's a goal. So just caught flat-footed like you said. Wampy and company back up early once again. Now a whiff coming through on the side of the Tyrants. True Soldier can't get to this one. Blackline puts a prodding touch on R9 there, but a double commit from him and Wampy. Dangerous miscomm or lack of comm there. I think both of those players had a very good angle and a very good shot, but 2 players taking the same shot ends up not helping them out in the end.
Wampy to Blackline. He was looking for it. They might be able to get it still, but T-Rex is there to stop it at the corner.
Well, he overran. He's getting caught out. True Soldier able to find it in transition in midair, flipping off the dish from T-Rex.
Oh, Blackline thought R9 had that one, but R9 just misread it. Blackline cheated up a little bit too far, and that results in that bouncer goal for the Tyrants, and we have a 1-1 game.
Deadlocked a minute in. Wampy putting a prodding touch on, but T-Rex denying it immediately. Blackline controls it, but not for long. Now you have to make the save, Maximum R9, and able to get coverage there, but the ball still not cleared. A double commit from the Spectre. T-Rex puts another shot on, and all 3 cards are there to deny it. True Soldier bouncing it out. He's got Game Strike waiting. No, it's going to be hand off to T-Rex. T-Rex, though, overzealous, but plays it slow enough and beats R9 in the end.
Well, Wampy trying to get it past everybody as well. Game Strike trying to get something moving. Everybody just jumping for this one, not knowing who's going to end up taking it. Finally, someone does get the ball moving in the end, and it goes back towards the middle on the side of the Spectre. Demo, that might be important. That might seal the goal. It will seal the goal as T-Rex makes it go.
T-Rex makes it go, but it's his teammates making the play. True Soldier getting the beautiful demo, and then Game Strike finding the caress off of the tires to put it near post and throw it back out to the man who started it all, Keeg.
Well, Game Strike wins that one, but it's going to go back to Blackline. Blackline on that upfield pass, flying at that angle, has already been dangerous so far once this game and another time this series. Tyrants might have to start thinking about kind of stifling Blackline on those kickoffs.
Need to be careful there. Is now R9 past one, but not going to get past the second here. True Soldier denying it once again. The ball is now caressing out. Blackline trying to find another shot in midair, but can't get to this one. Game Strike puts it down, trying to bounce it behind one, but can't. Wampy, a dangerous touch from True Soldiers. Blackline finds it there. Wampy an open net, running back to get the clear is True Soldier, saving it off of his own post. R9 and company turned away again.
R9 back upfield to his teammate Wampy. Wampy back to R9, R9 back to Wampy. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Here we go. R9 up in the air, and a team bump will completely end that cuteness that they were going for there. And the Tyrants will look to get another one, but they're not going to be able to capitalize as Wampy cuts back pretty quickly to prevent anything going for the Tyrants.
They were out of position while being in position, if that makes sense. They had the cards in the right spots. They were just turning out of it, did not trust that ball to fall through as they were facing the wrong way. So the Tyrants unable to capitalize in what could have been a key mistake on the Spectre side. So Spectre still only down one singular goal here. T-Rex and company want to try and put an extender.
Well, so far from what we've seen from the Spectre, they might need an additional goal to really kind of put the Spectre on the back foot, especially if Blackline can dunk this through. Not quite able to, though. Ernine self-pass off the backboard. Oh. He's going to get the angle. That was corner and out, and then Blackline will clean it up. We have a 2-2 game.
Just keep feeding the ball to the beast, but T-Rex tries to clear it, and the only thing he finds, instead of free real estate with his teammates looking for the goal, it ends up going back towards his own net in a 2-2 tie here.
He finds Blackline on the back line, ready to put that through the back line. Right? I mean, that's right?
And in some ways, we'll call it. We'll give it the check pass for now. But Wampy and company need to find something. They need to find it quick here. The Tyrants get a clear. Ernine has it on top of that Dominus. That Dominus is dangerous in the air, but the ball will not cooperate. T-Rex overruns it, but stays on it, able to break check himself and stay with it. Blackline in the corner once again. True Soldier and Game Strike on that back wall. Dangerous spots to be, but they continue to hold this game at 2-2.
Wampy not able to get it past True Soldier. Ernine is able to try and put something through. Does again after T-Rex bumps it back out to him. Blackline holding that midfield down as the Spectre have done so well across this match. Ernine pedaling it backwards up the backboard, looking for a teammate. Is able to dunk T-Rex and buy his team a little bit of time to get set back up for another challenge as Wampy does there. Great redirect backwards, but it's not on target. And we've seen a lot of these just like one pass, one strikes now. Now we need to see them kind of shift gears a little bit back the other way for the Spectre. Maybe a little bit of creativity on offense. Find a happy medium, guys. Oh, never mind. It might be done here. No, it's going to be post.
The MVP for the Tyrants defense, is the post once again. And now, Keeg, we go to OT, tied 2-2. Tyrants trying to put this one away. The Spectre trying to force a very hotly contested Game 5.
Blackline sets it up. T-Rex back upfield. Is anyone there? True Soldier is back. And Ernie is there. It's gonna go to a Game 5 decider.
We come into this overtime tied at 2-2. It just felt right that this is the way the Spectre will do it, putting this one over and giving themselves a 3-2 win. Now on the cusp of reverse sweeping. And now,
not often that it's not often we see a reverse sweep in MLE, is it there, Foo? No.
Oh, the last one I remember was 2 seasons ago, and I don't want to comment on it. So the most important thing that matters
sounds like you got reverse swept there, Foo.
I can neither confirm or deny these accusations. Anyway, all that matters is the Spectre have a lot of momentum on their side. The Tyrants can score when they want to. They just have to find some consistency because both of these teams, they come in waves, man. And sometimes the Tyrants, they're just beating on these Spectre. They have the shots, they have the pressure, they have the defense of all things, and they win 2 back-to-back. And then the Spectre doing the same things, but taking it off of the Tyrants.
Now, who do you think is going to have the better momentum going into this one? Obviously, we could say that as the Spectre have won the last 2 games, they have a momentum, but I'm not entirely sure that's the case, as we've seen the Tyrants be able to bring this back in the past, and we've seen them be able to fight back within games. Do you think they're going to be able to do that here in Game 5? They're definitely looking good early on. Oh, missed touch from 2. T-Rex shot. It's off target. True Soldier off target again. The post for the Spectre. MVP.
The post with so many saves in this series. And now it is happening for the Tyrants. Keeg, I want to say a lot of people compare game series like this to races. This is not a race. This has been a tug-of-war battle. Originally, the Tyrants had the lead. They dug in. They pulled the Spectre, and they looked like they almost had it won, but the Spectre have fought back. It is whoever digs in now and is able to grit out a tough win in the end. Game Strike looking for a dunk there and does, but it is turned away by Ernine, standing on the goal line and denying it, keeping his teammate out of the highlight reel.
the defense so far this game for both of these teams has been stellar. And it's just a minute in. We're only a minute into this game, and both these teams have made some incredible saves. If this game means to go on how it has started, we are in for a treat here, as now we're going to see the Spectre take a little bit of offense for themselves. Wampy is going to try for the backward shot, but it's slow. Blackline looking for the dunk. Not going to get there. Double commit by the Tyrants, but they won't get punished for it. True Soldier out to the side, and Wampy will try to set something up again, but no one is there for his team.
The Spectre, bar down, it's out. Murnine runs way too far up. Wampy puts it off instead. So, Spectre circling around the net. They smell the blood in the water. They have the passes. They have the shots, technically, but accuracy and tenacity. Let's be honest, they have not been able to break through the defense when they put it on. So, it's going to be up to finding it there. Wampy does just that, but is denied again by True Soldier.
Game strike. Trying to get this one clear. Blackline to himself. True Soldier not able to get there. And Maximum R9 is there to clean it up as it was bouncing on the goal line. 2:56 remaining. We finally have the first goal of the game. It is on the side of the Spectre. So now the ball is in Tyrants' court, figuratively and literally, as they will have to come back and try and prevent this reverse sweep.
If that ball had been left, I guarantee it would have stopped on the goal line and spun. That's just the way the offensive have been in this game. Game Strike, though, throws it high, looking for the backboard. Now that it's all three Spectres players up, somehow Blackline got back down and makes a save. R9 now trying to find the transition for a 2-1-2, but puts it way too far out. So, just giving his teammates time. The demo, no, it's a perfect pass into the demo to Blackline.
Just before halftime, Blackline secures the 2-goal lead, making it all the more difficult for the Tyrants to come back. But here's the thing. We've already seen a 2-goal recovery by both of these teams so far this series. Will we see it again from the Tyrants?
But Keeg, this is a 2-goal deficit when you were up 2 games and now you're up down, possibly in Game 5 on the cusp of being reverse swept, and it is a 3-0 run for the Spectre trying to set a 3-0 run of games.
Are the Tyrants just demoralized at this point? They had that one right there in the bag. They've had so many opportunities in this Game 5, but they haven't managed to connect on them. Do you think they're just demoralized at this point? Like thinking that nothing they do is going to be able to work?
That might be, but you'll never know until you go into actually those comms. Sometimes it's just not their day, but it has been their day in the first 2 games. They have to get back to that, and they need to find it quick. So hopefully not a lot of defeatist mentality heading into this. You need to send it on as T-Rex gets a big-time save there. Maximum R9, though, waiting and just patiently backflipping into this ball, continuing to let this clock roll on. And you know what? They live by the time kill, and now they're dying by it. They are down a lot of goals, and just the patience and the play coming from the Spectre, unreal right now.
The Tyrants, they are just trying to get something moving upfield with control of the ball, and that's so hard to do when you have this little touch, when you have this little time. You want to just throw it into the other side to try and, not waste time on the clock, but you have to resist that urge to do that, because that is very unproductive. Ooh. True Soldier with the shot, he'll get the goal to a minute 17, only down by 2 now.
That made me sit back in my chair and reevaluate. There are now, I'd say, 2 30-second opportunities for the Tyrants to find offensive plays. They can set it up, or they can look for very quick kickoff plays. It's going to be up to them here. If they can get one and give themselves more than that 25, 30 seconds mark, I like their chances here. Oh, there it is, a chance, but Game Strike overruns it. Blackline now. There's no one back, but there is no goal on the board. Maximum R9 and Blackline in the corner here, and both players going up awkwardly, but Blackline able to backflip into that and continue killing time.
Well, True Soldier trying to make up for that little mistake on the offensive side. It's going to go back to the midfield. T-Rex, that's a little bit high for him. He's going to have trouble controlling this. Does get the dunk. Wampy goes up for it there. True Soldier might have a shot. It's going to go post. Now to T-Rex. Off the wall. Before the 30-second mark, they want to get this. Back out to mid. True Soldier gets the dunk. T-Rex back to mid. Game Strike trying to beat Blackline. but it's dangerous. It's going to roll back onto their side. True Soldier able to get back in time, but they're still not looking good.
18 ticks left on, and they have 2 goals to make up here. Game Strike overruns it, trying to draw Ernine up. Ernine playing patiently. True Soldier puts it back towards the goal, but 8 ticks left, Keek. I think that's how this one goes. A reverse sweep on mainstream to end it, and Blackline the exclamation point with only 1 tick on the clock.
That is 100% done. It will be the Spectre reverse sweeping the Tyrants. The Tyrants, they look so strong in the early going of this one, but unfortunately, they just didn't have the ability to clutch it out. The Spectre come back from the brink to take the win in this series. They will cap us off with a win here in Game 5. What a nightcap for Sunday.
I mean, we had an absolute thriller in AL from 2 teams that are opposite ends of the spectrum, and then you come to CL where both teams are playing for their playoff lives, and it starts off at a 2-0, and you're like, oh, here we go again. It's just going to be a wash, and it turns into a reverse sweep. Truly, what better way can you cap off that Sunday stream, like you said?
Yeah, fantastic end to the primetime Sunday. And the weird thing is here, this result doesn't help either one of them.
Nope.
A 3-2 win for the Spectre is not going to help them at all in the wild card running. It helps them a little bit, like a wee little bit,
tiny bit.
But tiny bit. But they now basically just have to go on a complete 4-1 run of the remaining games in the next 2 weeks. So the Spectre in a really bad position. The Tyrants still really in about the same position they were in previously anyway. So you know what? It's still a complete. This whole season's a complete toss-up.
It is.
You're out of order. No, you're out of order.
Well, I feel like it was just kind of rearranging chairs there in the outside looking in, and unfortunately no one able to firmly grasp it. I thought maybe if the Tyrants did it, that gives them the best shot. But like you said, this helps no one, and that sucks because both of these teams put on an absolute show, and there should be a lot of pride and joy in coming and making a performance like that. So a lot of good things there on the tape for both sides, but unfortunately, Keeg, this is where Week 8 and where our night's in. We have to call it close here, but I hope that you guys at home had a wonderful time watching because we certainly had a great time here. So we're going to be signing off, and we'll catch you again next week.
Tendies.